The Alesis Sample Pad 4 is a super cheap way to control things with MIDI. It's over USB, so it's incredibly easy to implement, and here's how you do it. So like I said, you'll just need a USB cable for this to work. In this case, it's a USB-B cable, which is also known as a printer cable. There's a link in the description if you want to grab the exact one that I'm using. But once you've got that, put it in the back of the Alesis into your computer, and then you're pretty much good to go. You don't even need to download any drivers or anything like that. So before we get to the really fun bit of assigning the MIDI and using it with software, we need to actually configure the sample pad first. So head into the options menu by pressing the left and the up arrow key at the same time, then go down to MIDI and you'll see some options here. So we can send and receive MIDI from the sample pad, which is really cool. You'll see a couple of options here. So in general, I like to keep sample pads on channel 10 just because it keeps them all the same, but you can use any channel you like, including all. The only risk that if you have anything else MIDI, you might accidentally send some MIDI to the sample pad or from the sample pad. So ideally choose a channel and then just remember which channel you've chosen. The PC option is called program change. There's just the option for yes or no on this. We're going to set it to yes because we can do something really cool with this a little bit later. The final option is MIDI clock or MIDI clock, which we don't need for this because that's for sending tempo data and keeping things in sync, which we're not using for this video. So that's the global MIDI settings set. And now we need to set the individual pad MIDI, so each pad is sending a different MIDI note. So going back to the main menu, you want to go all the way down using the down arrow key until you hit the MIDI note option. For this, you can label them any MIDI note you like. There's 4 pads to play with, presuming you don't have a trigger input. I think mine is set from 48 to 51. There's no particular reason, it's just that's where they are. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4 if you want to, or you can do pretty much whatever you want up to 127. And that's pretty much all of the MIDI settings done on the pad itself. So for this demo, I'm going to use Ableton to show the software usage, but you can use pretty much any software or anything that has MIDI. That includes things like QLab, Logic, maybe GarageBand, I'm not sure, haven't played with that. Any of those. So for Ableton specifically, I'm just going to head into settings and then the link tempo MIDI. Now down here, you're going to see all of your in and out ports for MIDI, and I am looking for sample pad. I'm going to pretend I didn't just have to plug that in. But for the input, we want 2 options. We want to tick track and remote. Track basically means that you can have MIDI on a track, so you can control an instrument, and the remote means that you can control any part of Ableton. And then for the output, I'm going to do the same thing, track and remote, but we only really need track for this because I'll be sending MIDI out of a track. Once that's all set, you can exit out. And what you want to look for in Ableton is in the top right, an orange flash as I hit the sample pad 4, and we've got MIDI coming in. So to MIDI map a piece of software, in Ableton, we're going to hit the MIDI button here. Anything goes blue that we want to map to MIDI. In this case, I'm just going to use the play button, hit the pad, hit the stop button, hit another pad, and we're just going to check that those 2 notes are different, which they are, A1 and C2, which is good. It means our MIDI notes that we set earlier are correct. Then I'm going to click off of MIDI, and now if I hit play is selected, and then stop is selected. If we want to use this as a sample pad, so sampling something within our software, for Ableton, I'm just going to go for a drum rack. I'm going to chuck it on a MIDI channel, and then I'm just going to hit the pad. And as we can see, it's highlighted the note, in this case C2. I'm going to grab my sample, put it on that pad, zero out the velocity and volume because I want it to be the same every time. And then we have volume. And we can do that with any of the pads on the sample pad, and it means we can start automating things and it gets really cool. Now the final thing I'm going to do, and I mentioned this earlier, is using the program change. Now what this basically means is each kit has a number, 1 through however many the sample pad 4 has. But say I have a whole Ableton project with 20 different songs in it, and I've got a patch for each of those songs, and we're doing like a random set list. What I can do is put the patch number on a MIDI note, and then put that MIDI note in each corresponding song. So when I choose that song, it's going to automatically change my sample pad to that song. It's really cool, it's really easy. So I'm going to switch over to arrangement to give us a better visual look at this, but it works both the same in session and arrangement and any other software that you're using. I'm going to create a little MIDI batch thing, that. And then on Ableton specifically, we're going to come down to the bottom where it says clip, hit this little button, and then we've got bank, sub, and program. Program's what we're looking for. I'm just going to use 5 for an example. And then on the MIDI channel, we can go to the output sample pad, and I left that as global, but this is where you want to make sure you remember what your channel was, because that's going to be sending to that channel. So in this case, it's channel 1. When I hit play, it auto switches. Now, just a pre-warning, it's not as quick as something like the SPDSX or the SPDSX Pro, so just bear that in mind when you're playing gigs. If you're mid-song and you need a quick patch change, it's not going to happen. I'd recommend using it as a MIDI controller to patch change in Ableton or your software of choice. Just a little heads up there from someone that's used this and has fallen into the problem of a patch change, and you're sat there and it's like, it's not loaded yet, it's not loaded yet. And there it is. If you want anything from this video, including the USB cable for sample pad, you can find the links in the description down below. And with that, I hope you enjoy using the Alesis Sample Pad 4 as a MIDI controller.